Hello and welcome to Nobody's Watching, episode 16. Today we're going to have a look at the Ultra Select Blaster. This blaster is an all-around powerhouse and probably one of the best blasters in the game. It's a prismatic rarity, which means that it is harder to find and level up, but it's well worth investing in. It's a central blaster which has two clips, both of which are 10 rounds each, and it has two firing modes. First, let's look at the statistics. As you can see, it does an absolute ton of damage, and it's got a very quick priming speed, which means it fires 6 or 7 darts a second. It has a 1 second reload time, and it's got a dispersion of 0, which means that it's very accurate. It also has a very long auto shoot range at 43 meters, which outclasses most central blasters. It has quite a slow movement speed at only 12, which is below average for a central blaster. It's more like a heavy blaster in that respect. And it has a very long respawn delay of 44 seconds. The default clip is 10, although you get the ability to increase this with one of the Nerf powers. Even though it's got two clips, you don't get to switch between these without reloading, so you don't get the ability to shoot off 20 darts without reloading, which you might be mistaken in thinking you can. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the Nerf powers. The first Nerf power gives the blaster two modes of fire. It's got the default, which gives you a damage increase, and you can switch to long range mode, which gives you a range increase. It doesn't tell you exactly by how much, but when you switch to range mode, this is essentially operating like a fully automatic sniper rifle. And even though it doesn't hit quite as hard as the sniper rifle, the fact that you're just spitting darts out means that it actually does an incredible amount of damage. However, the fact that the blaster's got a 43 range auto shoot as its default means that you very rarely actually need to use the range. Most of the time you're going to be in range in damage mode, so the ranged option gets used very rarely. You also, of course, have the ability to manually fire the blaster when it's in damage mode by double tapping the screen. You can do this with any blaster, and because it's got such a high accuracy, this means that you can still use it as a sniper rifle in damage mode if you want, although the rate of fire is going to be a lot slower. I believe that they gave it this Nerf power in order to try and emulate what the blaster was trying to achieve in real life. So if you bought this blaster physically, it came with two 10-round clips, and it came with 10 Ultra darts and then 10 Ultra AccuStrike darts. The AccuStrike darts fire further and have a higher degree of accuracy, so if you bought this blaster in default, you would have a mode where it would fire normally, and then you could switch to the AccuStrike darts and fire further with a greater degree of accuracy. However, there was absolutely no reason to use the Ultra darts. Once Nerf released its AccuStrike darts, nobody carried on using the Ultra darts. What you did was you just bought more AccuStrike darts and then always used it with the better darts. So the dual mode in real life didn't really get used. Just like in this game, the dual mode doesn't really get used that often because you're going to keep it in damage. Okay, let's look at the second Nerf power. This increases the clip size from 10 to 18. This is obviously great, especially with it being a fully automatic blaster, because you blow through your clip size pretty quickly. So it's a nice upgrade to have. However, again, there is a problem with this, I think. And that problem is that Hasbro never actually created an 18-round magazine for the Ultra Blasters. Ultra Blaster magazines are only compatible with other Ultra Blasters, and the largest clip size that they made was actually 10, not 18. Fans wanted an 18-round clip because, as I just said, it's a high rate of fire, so you blow through your clip size quickly, so it would have been good to have. I said that the highest clip is 10. Technically it's 12. The speed has a clip that holds 12 darts, but the speed clip is only compatible with the speed blaster. It's not transferable. Okay, let's look at the third power. The third Nerf power is called Optimization, and it basically increases your range and accuracy in damage mode, and it increases your damage in range mode. This is kind of weird because once you unlock this, it pretty much undoes the difference between the two modes of fire. I've not actually got this far yet, so it might be slightly different, but to me this feels like you unlock this power and then it's just really good at what it does all the time, which again is nice to have, but it completely undoes the concept of the blaster. So you probably actually use range mode all the time once you get there. Okay, let's have a quick look at some of the skin. You've got your usual, your bronze, silver and gold, which I don't think they look great. The diamond looks alright in my opinion, but it doesn't look as good as a default skin. It also has two unlockable skins, so it's got this synthwave one, which is like really cool, like 90s aesthetic to it, lots of colour, and then you've got the lava skin, which, let's be honest, it just looks badass. That is a strict upgrade to what the blaster looks like. I don't have any of those unlocked, so I'm just going to use it with its default skin for now. So that's a quick overview of the blaster. So let's have a look at power cards that you can use with it. So I like to use the healing bar because the one thing the blaster doesn't do very well is heal, so it's nice to just be able to replenish your HP and keep going. It does also work really quite well with both overclock and the overclock aura. Right, let's look at some gameplay. So this blaster is good on absolutely every map in the game. There's no map where it doesn't shine, which is nice because some of my other preferred blasters aren't useful on every single level. It's good to just have this as a reliable powerhouse. On this map I always like to try and control one of the two pillars. Having that extra height means it's really good, especially for sniping, and there's a nice pillar in the middle to hide behind. I can also see on the mini-map that I've got enemies in front and behind me, so I just need to be wary of that. As you can see, we're taking people out with relative ease. It's only taking a few hits to kill them, and the rate of fire is high enough that I'm able to get a couple of hits in without needing to reload, really. So we're significantly ahead now. They've only got 2 kills, we've got 5, now 6, and I'm now getting attacked from behind, so we use the heal card and we take out our attacker. Yeah, this match is going very well. And as you can see, we've not had to switch to range mode once. That nice 43 meter range on the damage mode is more than sufficient. It probably would have made more sense for them to have cut the auto range fire mode, you know, a fair bit, so that people actually use both modes, but what do I know. This person's in trouble, they shouldn't be on our side of the field, and we get the final kill, and that's our first victory. Let's see how we did. So 9 out of the 10 tags, amazing, and 179,000 damage. Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, Old Town next. Plenty of opportunity for both long and short range fighting on this map, so it should be nice to see the blaster in different environments. So we just narrowly won the one-on-one there. We've had to use our healing bar already, so it makes sense to try and hold back a little bit, at least until that time starts to run down, which it nearly has. So there you can see, we easily beat someone with a high rate of fire because their accuracy was off. This blaster is very accurate. We're doing well to hold our own while still keeping the pressure on the enemy, always firing whenever we get the opportunity to do so. This person is nearly dead, should be easy to finish them off, and it is. Nice tag. And again, we've not had to use the range mode yet. Okay, we've got someone coming through this doorway. Ooh, and they take a large chunk of damage with a single hit, but we managed to heal up, take them out, and keep the pressure on. Under the cosh a bit now, especially with that shield, so we need to evade. Down it goes, you're dead. The shield normally lasts longer than that, they mustn't have it leveled up. It's a good idea to level up your power cards and to pay for the power card upgrades on the blaster as well. It does make a big difference, especially when you're using the shield. Or as you can see with my healing power card, it's got quite a quick respawn time, so you get to use it a good few times in a match. So there we go, top player. Let's see how we did. 7 of the 10 tags, and again 176,000 damage. Yeah, we're kicking ass. Let's look at the next one. Ooh, the duel. So this is the one map where we're probably going to make a bit of use of the range mode, because while our opponents are on the other side of the field before they cross that middle barrier, they're going to be out of range of our auto shoot. So let's switch it up to range mode and get a few bonus hits in before they get close enough for us to switch back to damage. So you can see in damage mode we're hitting them right there in the middle, just demonstrating how long the range actually is on this blaster. So we're probably going to keep it in damage mode most of the time. As you can see, I'm not having to move anywhere, and it's working perfectly well as a sniper class, which is exactly what you want out of a good solid center blaster. I'm getting plenty of tags, but my teammates are getting our opponents plenty of tags, so I'm going to have to keep the pressure on, maybe even come out from a sniper nest just to finish this off before my stupid teammates give the opponents the chance to steal this game off us. Although thankfully my opponents like just running in a straight line towards me. They're probably bots, let's face it, because if they're human players, then they're playing very, very stupidly. They don't seem to have noticed the fact that they're running into sniper fire. So another victory, another top player badge, and let's see how we did. Again, 7 out of the 10 tags, only 141,000 damage this time. Slightly low, but very, very high, let's face it. The Ultra Select's now made its way into my usual rotation, along with the Revonix 360. So my default setup for most games now, regardless of game type, is the Select, the Revonix, and a third blaster. At the moment I'm using the Cyclone Shock because it's got a 9-second respawn time, whereas the Revonix is about a minute and the Select is 45 seconds. 44 seconds, but you know, who's counting? So the Rabbit tried to flank us there, it didn't work. I think they were using one of the other Vortex blaster, I think it's called the Nitro or something. You can tell by that green ammo type. One of the things I like about the Ultra Select is it's one of the few blasters that can actually go toe-to-toe with a level 10 Revonix 360 in a one-on-one situation and come out on top. You usually need to use your power card, but it has got enough damage that it can take them out quicker than they can heal. Doesn't work if you've got teammates around you necessarily, because the healing rate's a lot higher because they're hitting multiple enemies. But in that case, the 3 of you will hopefully gang up on the person with the Revonix and take them out. As you know, the blaster is completely oppressive. And at the moment is also the thing that's stopping me leveling up the Ultra Select, because I'm pumping all my spare XP into the Revonix 360. It just makes sense to have that at the highest possible level you can, because it's just going to carry you far in this game. Another easy victory, another top player badge, only 5 of the 10 tags and 137,000 damage. Let's go on to the next. I actually saw a real life Ultra Select on sale in my local game shop. It was only a tenner. I should have bought it in retrospect. I didn't, and now they're sold out. I'm kind of gutted about that. Because I do love a Nerf blaster in real life. I love going to a Nerf war. And even though there's no way in hell I'd take one of these to a Nerf war, it'd still be fun for just playing around in the house. It would have been worth paying a tenner just for the 2 10-dart clips and the 20 darts it came with. Yeah, I made a mistake there. I should have bought that. As always with this game, it would have been cheaper to buy the blaster in real life than to pay for it, a digital version of it within the game. Although, to be honest, one of the reasons for that is people do not like the Ultra Blasters in real life. They've got a bad rep because they use a weird ammo type and a weird clip type that just aren't compatible with all your other stuff. So yeah, that's probably why it's on sale as cheap as it was. An incredibly quick victory there. Probably less than a minute. We absolutely dominated our opponents. I got 7 out of the 10 tags. I keep noticing with the Ultra Select, I'm getting most of the tags, whereas usually with the Revonix, I'm only getting a few tags but doing a lot of damage. It's a shame that the Ultra Blasters don't get a lot of love in real life. There's one guy at my local Nerf war that uses it consistently, but he only plays indoors with it because it's not great outdoors and he doesn't want to lose the dart, so he's our indoor guy. Interestingly, I am actually trying to get hold of a Revonix 360 in real life to take that to the Nerf war. So if anyone's based in the UK and they know someone's selling one, drop us a comment because they're hard to find. So we did actually use range mode for a second there before our opponents ran towards us. Yeah, they might as well have not included that mode in the game. The first Nerf power is a big flop, or at least until you unlock the third Nerf power. Either way, it's stupid. They should have just give you the ability to have 2 clips and switch from one to the other to save you reloading like you do in real life. That would have been more useful. So this game's looking a lot more even than the other game. My opponents have tagged my teammates 5 times already, but we are still ahead, so we just need to get these last few kills. And as you can see, the kills are quite easy to get. Once we get close to an opponent and we lock onto them, they die fast. We get tagged for the first time in this video by the judge, that old enemy of ours, so let's finish off with the Revonix. I wanted to teleport to our enemy side of the screen, but someone else used a teleporter, and it doesn't matter, there's the victory. So, let's see how we did. Again, 5 of the 10 tags, 146,000 damage, so consistent, very consistent. By the way, because I keep talking about buying Nerf blasters in real life, if you're potentially interested in getting into the hobby, take this advice, buy your blasters second-hand. Unless a blaster's just been released, there's no point buying it new. Second-hand Nerf blasters are all over the place. They're in charity shops and especially Goodwill if you're in the US. We don't have that in the UK, unfortunately. But yeah, buy them online or buy them second-hand, and also look for blaster reviews as well, because some blasters just aren't good. Like the Ultra 2, which I love in this game. I think it's really cool. It's a fun, accurate little pistol. There's one of those on sale near me for £25, which I was going to buy, but then I watched a review online about it, and apparently that blaster is notorious because it just isn't accurate. It just shoots the darts off in all sorts of different directions rather than hitting what you're aiming at, which completely defeats the purpose. So yeah, if you're interested, Nerf is fun for any age. These Nerf wars get organised all over the place. There's some really fun modes like humans versus zombies, and if you've got kids, absolutely fantastic way to get them a bit of exercise, because believe me, if you spend 5 hours running around shooting at each other with Nerf blasters, you're gonna get knackered. Another fast victory. Another 5 tags, only 100,000 damage this time. I've noticed I seem to do less damage on this map than any other map. Okay, thanks for watching, nobody's watching, see you soon.